Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and I told you today I would be doing a rant review. Now, before I get into my rant review, I just want to say, if you don't like rant reviews, then just click off this video, just go, okay? And the book that I'm going to be ranting about, I'm not saying that no one should read it. I'm not your mother. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you my feelings after reading this book because it made me hate reading for a couple days anyway. So obviously, I'm going to put it in the title down below, but you probably know what book it is by now, but let's hydrate first. If you have not hydrated, then please do so. So, the book that I'm going to be ranting about is The Bride Test by Helen Hoang. Now, this is an adult contemporary romance. I have been dipping my toes into this genre, and I've only read a few. Like, I've read Spanish Love Deception, I've read the three Brown Sisters books by Talia Hibbert, and I hadn't really gone near another one in a while. I'd read some of Billy Bloom's ones, but they're gay, smutty ones. They're not really like, I mean, they're cute, but they're more about the smut, you know what I mean? But I'd heard about The Kiss Quotient, and I read it, loved it, so good. But I'll talk more about that whenever we're wrapping up the month. And then I decided to read The Bride Test. And it was a journey, my friends. So if you're unfamiliar, it's an adult contemporary romance, just like I said, and we're following Kai, who is the cousin of the main male character in the Kiss Quotient. He's his younger cousin, and he's been going through some stuff. He lost his other cousin Andy 10 years prior, and he never really got over that grief. It's been 10 years. And he's never really gotten over it, and he's just closed himself off, and he's just a work, eat, sleep type of guy. And our female main character is called Esme, and she lives in Vietnam with her mom, her granny, and her 5-year-old daughter, who she had with another man in a previous relationship. And I believe that she is loosely based on Helen Hoang's own mother, who was a teenage mom and moved to the US and everything, which I think is really nice, the way she based this character off her mom. But that's not what I'm here to rant about. What I'm here to rant about is the fact oh my goodness, right, let me get my story straight here. Okay, so basically, Esme works in Vietnam as a cleaner in these fancy hotels, right? And Kai's mom flies over there hoping to find him a bride because, she's worried about him. She doesn't want him to be lonely. So she goes over there and she meets Esme by chance while she's in the bathroom of this fancy hotel cleaning up. And they talk. She shows her a photo of Kai. And she's all like, oh, here, come over to America with me and you can meet my son. And like I want you to seduce him and get him to fall in love with you so you can get married. And I don't blame the mom. What his mom is doing is purely out of love. That sort of thing is not a thing in my culture, but I know it's a thing in Asian cultures, and I know it's done purely out of love, and I'm not here to judge. So anyway, at first Esme says no, because she's like, no amount of money is gonna make me wanna fly all the way across the world. I've got a job, I've got a daughter, blah, blah. Then her mom, Esme's mom, basically says to her, well, sure, even if you don't like him, you can just divorce him, after you get your green card. Sometimes you gotta be bad to play the game, Esme. That's literally what she says to her. That's where the problem started, okay? So when I cut to, she gets to America and Kai's there waiting for her because his mom told him everything, and he's not pleased. He's really, really not pleased, but he does it to appease his mom. And so he meets her at the airport, and see as soon as he meets her, do you want to know what happens? As soon as he meets her, he looks her up and down, thinks to himself, oh, she's really hot, and gets very excited. If you catch my drift, he gets very excited right in the middle of the airport, and I'm sitting, and like, that is a constant thing all the way through this book. Anytime he looks at her or thinks about her, like, he would start thinking about he would start thinking about like her body and stuff, and he would get all hot, and like, I'm literally sitting reading this being like, have I accidentally like hop and jumped into a Sarah J Maas book, because everybody's horny, like, what's happening? What is going on? And like, that was all they had between them. They were just all hot and bothered for each other. That was it. And not to mention, this girl, okay, Esme is 2 sandwiches short of a picnic, because I think Helen Huang was trying to write her to have this like sort of weird childlike innocence about her, but to be honest, it was just cringy. It was so cringy. She made me so uncomfortable. Like, she was all like, oh, I'm gonna get him to fall in love with me. I'm a classy, seductive woman. I can be sexy. I'm gonna make him fall in love with me. And just the way she got on, oh my gosh. Like, she was delusional, honestly, most times. And listen, there was this part, right, where it's her first morning there, and she gets up, she gets a shower, and she puts on this like long t-shirt with no bra on, because in her words, so that he can totally see her nipples underneath, and she knew it. She's like, ah. And oh my, but she literally, and like, she puts on, no word of a lie, this t-shirt and these like baggy MC Hammer trousers. If you're old like me, you know who MC Hammer is, but if you don't, Google it, okay? But anyway, she puts on this ensemble. She thinks she's the hottest thing since, I don't even know. And she goes outside, she goes into the kitchen, gets a meat cleaver, goes outside to his front garden and starts hacking at a tree branch because she wants to make his garden pretty for him. What sane human person does these things? Like, if you were one of Kai's neighbours and you saw this maniac outside hacking at a tree branch with a meat cleaver, you'd literally, like, I'd be like, call Lizzie Masquerade, because we got a doozy. Like, I've got a story to tell you, son. Like, guys, I can't. I could not even fathom that Helen Huang was, oh my, you are crooked. You're crooked. Okay. I couldn't even fathom that Helen Huang was even the same author as this book. Reading this book felt like I was in a fever dream. Like, the two of them together, I was not rooting for the two of them together. The only chemistry they had between each other was just purely sexual. That was it. There was no romantic connection between them whatsoever. And he got really possessive with her towards the end. Like, really possessive. Like, there was the, you know, like the third act conflict where they're not speaking to each other for whatever stupid reason. Like, and do you know what part of the reason was? That they had sex for the first time and she didn't get to the train on time, if you know what I mean. And she, like, it happens and then she like scrunches her face up and stomps off like a child and slams the door. Like, you're meant to be a grown woman. Like, I can't. I genuinely can't. I don't know why I didn't DNF. I don't know why I didn't DNF. I don't know why I didn't DNF. Why didn't I DNF? This book was so bad. This book was so bad. Like, I couldn't even look at my Kindle for a while. And you know how much I love my Kindle, because that's how I read. And I was just like, this was just a waste. This was just a waste. This was such a waste of my time. They had no romantic chemistry. The sex scenes were cringe. Like, lies and manipulation are not the way to build a real relationship with someone. And she practically forces him to say that he loves her. And she was the one to say, I love you first, right? And as soon as she said it, I laughed out loud. And I literally just went, no, you don't. No, you don't. Like, you love but you don't love him. Do you know what I mean? Like, she thinks that he's hot and, you know, and it's just, oh. And like I said, he got real possessive. with like around her, and she just like, oh my gosh. I did see a review from someone on Goodreads talking about how like her journey coming to the US was like a sugar coated version of what the like American dream is meant to be or whatever. And guys, I've sat here for about 10 minutes and I feel like I've jumped everywhere, but like, see, it was a mess. Like, this video was a mess because this book was a mess because it was all over the place. I was not rooting for the couple whatsoever. And she didn't even tell him about the fact that she had a child. Toward, like, I had maybe 20 something % left of the book. And that was when she finally came out and told him, oh yeah, I have a child. And he was all like, what? You never told me. And she was like, oh yeah, soz. And it's just swept under the rug. Like, if you've been with someone for a while, you know, only to, like, like, she lied, she manipulated, and he was possessive, and I just, like, I can't. And there was this whole thing about him still grieving for his cousin, or who he considered his best friend, and it didn't even, like, I think she was trying to, like, tie it into the fact that, you know, his whole thing was he has no feelings, he's closed himself off, and it didn't even make any sense towards the end. And then it's just like, it wasn't even talked about again. He didn't even talk about him. And then it was only when we got to like near the end that he, like, I can't anymore. I'm done. This video is done. I have The Heart Principle on my Kindle. Well, no, I don't. Do I have it on my Kindle? I don't actually. I haven't got it yet, but I'm actually putting myself off reading it because this was just such a mess, and I don't even know if it's worth it reading The Heart Principle anymore. Like, I kind of just want to think about the kiss quotient, and that it was just a standalone, and that this book never existed. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make like Esme and just be delusional. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this trash heap of a video talking about this trash heap of a book. Oh, I'm tired now. I'm gonna sit and try and get myself together. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my first Rant review that I've ever done. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, they're both down below. Subscribe if you haven't already for more messy videos like this. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Alright, bye.